The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of Bucklebomb Live After Elite. I'm your host, Sarah. With me, we have Orlando and Seven. Guys, what a great episode of Dynamite tonight. How'd you guys, just initial thoughts right off the bat, how'd you like it?
I loved it. I mean, the ending was probably the best thing of the show. Well, that and the first match of the night. So can't wait to talk about those.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really good night. I'm glad that we got a return, so to speak. I'm actually going to be right back. I forgot something for the show that I need to be on the show, so I'll be right back. BRB.
Okay. So.
Alrighty, so we'll start out with Dynamite. First, as you know, we had the coffin match. Great start to the night. Darby Allin defeating Brody King, and Darby Allin stays undefeated in coffin matches. Perfect 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, that match was crazy. I mean, it started really fast and stuff, so I was just like, and like Brody King was like a monster, like, you know, of course, like how he's supposed to be built. So you know.
I mean, you had Darby coming in right off the attack while he's making his entrance, which, you know, makes sense. That's how he should do it. Darby's way smaller. He's got to do something to kind of even the score, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I mean, of course, and, you know, and the ending with the chain, I was just like, is it gonna kill him? And then, of course, the great spot with the coffin, like it was like right there. Mm-hmm. He just drops and then the thing just closes. That was smart, very smart.
Yeah, props to Brody. He couldn't have executed that any better. Falling in the right spot, hitting the coffin just the right spot so the lid falls.
Mm-hmm. Now, interesting during the match, though. Of course, Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews came out with Julia Hart. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Sting came out. Now, very interesting with Sting's makeup was the whole eye thing. So,
yeah, you know, as we've seen in the past, people who get the miss from Malachi, you know, Julia, we saw, you know, the black makeup and the eye patch for a while until she decided to go to the House of Black. You know, and obviously Sting, with his black makeup, he's got kind of the splatter from the mist built into his makeup.
Yeah. I'm just wondering
if that has any special meaning behind it. Do you think it's? Do you think
he's going to probably turn? I think he's going to turn because, like, what else is there for Sting and Darby to do? I mean, like, I thought they were going to be tag team champs together, but you know,
I don't know if Sting is ready for that type of longevity as far as like wrestling in and out. To be like a tag team champion. I mean, he definitely can from what we've seen, but I don't, from what we know, I just don't see it. Am I really echoey or is that just my feedback?
No, I think you're fine.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Sting kind of playing a manager type role for the House of Black.
That's an interesting theory. I didn't really think of that.
I think that would work. I mean,
we shall see.
We shall see.
Let's see. Next up, I mean, what we did see, you know, him come to bat. We did see him and Malachi almost come to blows, which leads to, you know, they're not having any kind of physical activity, so maybe he is joining. That kind of adds to that theory as well.
Yeah, I mean, like he threw him the bat just to see if he'll do, like, because of course Sting's like gimmick is like he'll give somebody a bat just to see if they'll hit him with it. So, you know, going back to like WCW days, you know.
Right after that, we have. Let's not forget, this match was very, very bloody. And yet, it wasn't even the bloodiest match of the night, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. No.
Hmm.
No. I mean, because like I think it was only Brody that like got busted open. I don't think Darby did. He just got covered in Brody's blood.
Yeah, I think you're right. Then we get the promo from Moxley right after the match before going to commercial. Kind of laying out there that he's, he wanted Lionheart the last, trying to think of what you call it here, the last survivor of the dungeon.
Yeah, because like I think what it was, I don't think he is the last, but maybe the last that studied under Stu Hart, because I don't know when Stu Hart gave it over to his children.
Yeah,
because like
I want to say it was around mid to late '90s when Stu finally stopped training. Maybe Jericho's last big name to come out of the dungeon.
probably. hmm Yeah, I think so. Maybe that's what it is. Because of course I think it was him. Well, unfortunately, because Benoit, I think he was associated with it as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't think they can count him.
Go to commercial break, come back, and then we get Jericho, his promo.
hmm
He just looked
Yeah.
really, really energized.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't think the Lionheart had a long track record. Well, he had it in Japan, I think, and maybe
Yeah.
Stampede Wrestling, I think it was called. So I don't think there's not much of his matches as like the Lionheart. So I mean, I think that's like kind of what's missing, and I think that's good that he went back to it because like at least he could like he can go like get back into the history of it, talk about it, if he ever wants to do a documentary. Because
Yeah.
I think he did one in WWE talking about it. I don't remember too much of the Lionheart.
I'm sure there's probably some notations about it in his last book that came out, the one with all the match statistics.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, guys. I was having technical difficulties.
That's right.
I promise I
what are your
wasn't just
thoughts?
like, I'm over this. Peace.
I was like, oh, he just decided to dip on us live.
Yeah, I was like, I'm over it. I need a snack.
So what were your thoughts on the Moxley and Jericho promos?
For me, I'll be honest, I didn't watch them. The whole episode was really good, but my attention span was not good at all. So anytime like there was not a match going on, I probably was like zoom somewhere, or at least my brain was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the same for me now with the picture. It's like, okay, TikTok time.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little hard, but it was interesting during the picture with Brody and Darby, because he was supposed to set up 2 tables and one of the tables broke, so he didn't have time to set up another table, so he was like, fuck it, let me just do it with 1 table.
And going back to that match, that cannonball spot when House of Black was out and just kind of smushed Darby into the table, that was brutal.
Yeah.
But entertaining.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So after that, we get the bracket reveal on the Trios tournament. The first match coming next week, the Young Bucks and mystery partner Kenny Omega against Andrade, Roosh, and Dragon Lee.
And this is all going to set up for Adam Page going with the Young Bucks, and then it's going to be the Young Bucks and Omega versus Page and 2 other members of Dark Order. Mark my words, it's done. It's said. The Bat Lady has sung.
Here's what intrigues me potentially. On the other match on the break, we have Death Triangle against Will Ospreay and Aussie Open, which I assume Ospreay and Aussie Lee's going to open. But then they would potentially be facing Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Omega and Ospreay have been feuding on Twitter past couple weeks, so that could be really
but
interesting.
I mean, that should be a pay-per-view type of match, though. I mean,
Do we know when they're going to crown it?
All Out was one of me.
I have a feeling that I have a feeling like I don't think Kenny's coming back until All Out. Because I'm thinking like what the Bucks are going through, which I'm happy that they're going through this type of stuff because they deserve it anyways. But
And that's all for Orlando tonight.
I was making a point, damn it. Anyway,
Continue.
I would say because of course they're in their downward spiral, like they're failing and stuff, like they lost friends, they're trying to make amends and things like that. So I have a feeling that Kenny Omega is going to come back to repair the Bucks, and then maybe set up maybe in the future for them to get the titles. Probably at Revolution maybe. I don't know.
Revolution. Full Gear is one that's November, so maybe there.
Sorry, I meant Full Gear. Yes, so maybe at Full Gear. I mean, because honestly, I'm thinking that it's going to be Undisputed Elite that's going to win it to be the first. Because I think
Undisputed Elite's actually not in the trios tournament, so
I thought I could have sworn. Let me check. Hold on. I thought they were.
The other side of the bracket, we have House of Black against Dark Order, and then it's Trustbusters against Best Friends.
Interesting.
So I'm assuming
either Trustbusters.
Trustbusters is the new one with Ari Davari, Parker Bordeaux, and I can't think of the other person's name.
Okay, gotcha.
Speedy something, I think it was like something like that.
Slim Slime or something.
Oh wait, it's House of Black versus Dark Order. So, on the other side, and then they have Trustbusters versus Best Friends. I'm thinking Best Friends will probably pass because I'm thinking they're gonna have them win like their singles matches on Rampage, and then they'll probably lose on whenever they're gonna face each other. Whenever that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
By the way, I really like our background.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, and also, and we'll get to it. Actually, we'll get to it later. So
the thing is it's like we have to see the cities that they're going to the next 3 weeks until All Out, because it's like next 3 to 4 weeks. Because one of those trios matches has to be a main event match.
Orlando, you put way too much. I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's probably how it's going to work. But like, you put way too much thought into that. I'm
sorry. It's just you make a good point. I mean, just like, but it's just like to me, it's just like it looks like it's going to be the Bucks, but it's just like, is it going to just be the Bucks with? I don't want it to be Bucks and Paige. I mean, it seems like they're going to be the first because there's going to be something that's going to happen.
Okay, so here's what we got coming up. Next week, they are in Charleston, West Virginia, which is actually close to Adam Page's hometown. Cleveland, Ohio in 2 weeks. And then
Best Friends could win there. Best Friends could win there. I think, was it Chuck is from Ohio?
Possibly.
Yeah, Best Friends could win there. And then they'll probably just have the other match on Rampage, maybe.
Yeah, and then you got All Out Weekend starting on the 31st in a couple weeks.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably. Yeah, I think they'll find a way to do it. It's just like from what they announced for next week that they Bucks have to choose a partner. I don't know who they're going to choose. I mean, the only choices are like Kenny or Paige. I mean, Paige kind of rejected them, but we'll see.
They got Brandon Cutler.
Oh, poor Brandon.
I mean, he's a really good wrestler, though. So I mean, like,
yeah, he is.
If it wasn't
for him, he actually wrestled. That's the problem. Like,
well, he does. It's just on.
It's on Dark.
Elevation and Dark, but like he can definitely do everything that they can. So I mean, if they decide to make him into not so much a comedy stick, he's more than capable of holding the trio.
So interesting note, well maybe not interesting to a lot of people. After All Out, for 3 weeks in a row, AEW is in New York, different city in New York for 3 weeks.
Yep.
You got Buffalo, September 7th, Albany, September 14th, and then in Queens, New York City, September 21st for Dynamite Grand Slam.
Yeah, Grand Slam. Mm-hmm. So we have to keep an eye out on what's going to happen. So interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so moving on. We started briefly talking about the Young Bucks, Hangman, Dark Order promo after that.
Right. So sad, right? So sad. I mean, it's just seeing them just like very like torn apart, going to apologize to their friend, you know.
That's a great segment.
I know, of course it was, you know, because it told the story right there. I mean, but you know, it is
Adam Page was there. Like I don't need another reason to not like it.
But it's just like it just always irks me that Page always does this to the Dark Order. Like it just like he always leaves them somehow high and dry. Like I just feel like they're gonna probably like it seems like somebody's gonna like change them because I think they're gonna change into probably heels soon. You know. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if Bray Wyatt is gonna go to AEW. I mean, like now with rumors saying that he's probably gonna go to WWE, but so we'll see.
I mean, we don't know. I mean, that tweet he put out the other day was both sides.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see.
So after that, we had the Luchasaurus squash match. It was all about 30 seconds.
No. Wasn't it the tag match was after that, or was that was it after this one? I always forget.
Corner match. This was what was up next.
Okay, so the Luchasaurus match, yeah. So
wait, right. Andrade. It was the Andrade and Rush win over. Lucha Brothers.
But Roos with that drop kick at the end. Oh, he's gonna feel that in 4 days.
No, this whole match was very physical. These four men was really like physical. Like it's good to see luchadors, like represent, like CMLL and AAA, so it's so good. And of course, I love the ending with the mask spot. Penta almost sacrificed himself, like getting himself unmasked for people to see. Like you could almost see his face, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
I almost wonder if we're gonna have like a mask versus something match. I feel like they're teasing him being unmasked a lot.
Mask versus match.
Are we gonna see him without a mask?
I think they'll say that for AAA. Like they're probably their pay-per-view because it's more respectful in Mexico. I mean, I could be wrong. They could do it in the States if they wanted to. I mean, if they get respect from from the companies in Mexico. So
I feel it would be more impactful in AAA.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think Andrade and Rush got unmasked in Mexico, so that's why because he was forced. Because when Andrade when he signed with WWE, he had to, they wanted him without the mask. So,
Mm-hmm. Okay. So after that, then we got the Luchasaurus squash match, which was pretty much just setting up for Christian to start talking smack. Jungle Boy runs to the back to attack. Security's already waiting. And now we got Luchasaurus probably going to get suspended because he attacked Pat Buck.
Is it weird that he's still using the same music that Christian gave him?
Well, I mean, it's obvious when Christian and Jungle Boy face it all out. I mean, Luchasaurus is going to go right back to Christian, I think.
Ooh, you're going to go there? Ooh. I mean, that's a smart move to, get more heel heat, but damn.
I mean, Jungle Boy's playing checkers while Christian's pulling shots. I mean, he's thinking 4 steps ahead.
The evidence does point that way because he's still in his dark gear. He still has the same music.
Maybe Christian set that up because he probably knew Jungle Boy was going to come back, and he told him, "You're going to betray me, but you're still going to be on his side, and you're going to tell me everything." So
Let's stop talking about it because I feel like you guys are ruining this for me.
I mean, we're probably we're probably adding to it. They'll probably make it more simple than that. But
Yeah.
Okay, so after that we had the Miro promo, the Redeemer. We see Julia Hart step in, touch him, try to recruit him for House of Black. He says no. He's gonna take the gifts that they gave him and use it against the House of Black. So
Julia Hart had like a double segment this episode of Dynamite. She was first in the first match, and now she was with the promo segment with Miro. Good for her.
And what did she learn? Not to touch Miro.
that is CJ Perry's Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm just like, I mean, it would be smart if they want to bring her in. I mean, like I mean, she cuts good promos, so I mean, I wonder how she does if she doesn't have a script in front of her.
I know she was filming some sort of celebrity reality show. I don't know if that's over because it was a while ago.
That was like a year ago. So
yeah.
Okay, so I'm all caught up on CJ Perry, aka Lana. I just listened to her oral session, or she renamed it.
The sessions
with Renee. I strongly recommend it. You learn a lot about her, and I always thought she wanted to be a wrestler. She actually didn't really. She's like, I accept it, but I'm good as a manager might type of thing. So it was really, really weird to see her version versus how it was on Total Diva, even though it was obviously Total Divas was scripted, but it was interesting to see how contrast it was. I also recommend it, but she didn't sound like she had much interest in wrestling right now. So,
I mean, she's still kind of training. I think she said. I mean, she's still like she loves Natty and TJ. Like she trains with them whenever she can and stuff. So,
After that was Hobbs and Factory promo.
Hobbs was not having it with the Factory. He was just like, "Don't make it my business."
Mm-hmm. I saw the opening to the Ricky Starks, Aaron Solo match, and then my power announced I wait for my cable to reboot. So I missed probably the middle and ending of this match. So I'll let you guys talk about that one.
Well, I mean, like they have a good chemistry because they were a tag team. I didn't even know that there was like a picture floating around that they faced FTR. Well, when they were the Revival on Raw, like when they were probably like debuted on Raw, because and yeah, I remember Ricky Starks and Aaron Solo. They were like a tag team in the Indies and stuff, So, and of course, Aaron Solo is the ex of Bailey, and Ricky is good friends with Bailey as well. So that's where their connection is. And then they probably stopped being friends, or I don't know, or they are still friends, and that's none of our business here. But they had a really good match. I like the reversal that they did because I think he was trying to do like a cutter, but then like Ricky pushed him off, and then he was able to spear him while like he was turning, like Aaron was turning to get the spear. So I thought he was going to get speared in the back, but he turned himself to get the spear. So that was a nice little maneuver from Aaron Solo.
Look, Ricky Stark is a superstar, right? I mean, he has charisma beyond most people in wrestling. And I think we're barely getting to like scratching the surface on what we're going to see from him if he continues to want to do it and go forward. But like, yeah, he's a star.
I mean, towards the end of the match, like he was almost getting attacked by the Factory, and then he did his own version of a spine buster, which that pissed off Hobbs. So I can't wait for them to fight soon. So we'll see when they're going to have their match.
All right. Then after that, we get the Best Friends and Trustbusters promo. Pretty much just when we get Ari Daivari again. Best Friends are going to be facing and Orange Cassidy, are going to be facing on Rampage.
Yeah, but we got the debut of Parker Bordeaux, what people were calling as the next Brock Lesnar. So now AEW has him, so we'll see how he's going to do. So, I mean, I'm glad that he's still continuing to be a wrestler. So I don't know if maybe Triple H told them, like, after he got released, like, look, just go into the Indies. I'll probably get you back soon. So get some experience. So.
Well, I know he's playing football, but I think honestly, he had some injury which impacted his football career. It wasn't going to be as big of an impact, so I think that's why he decided to go to wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Sorry, I was thinking of something completely different. And I'll tell you guys off air that I found. So, anyways, I don't know. He's in wrestling. He probably was tried out. I think he was probably one from the college, right? Like he didn't work indies or anything.
No. Like they signed him from the tryout, and then he was actually with Joe Gacy. I think that was his name. He was named Harlow. Was that his name in NXT? Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So,
oh, that's right. I think I saw him wrestle though. I think I just seen him like.
Yeah, made him shave his head, change his name.
yeah. I mean, he wasn't bad in NXT. I don't know what is it that they didn't like. That, I mean, it was probably like a Vince call, maybe. I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, it could be his. I mean, it could be something with his attitude, or not able to grow, or it could be absolutely nothing. He could have, creative was like, well, we're not really sure what to do with it. Like, who knows?
I mean, if you go by the notes, what they said when he was released, it was just that he wasn't progressing as much as they had hoped, and that's why they released him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a couple matches on Dark, and seems to be doing okay.
Yeah. And he was in MLW as well, so I mean, like, he's getting some experience. So I mean, at least that's good that he's getting some experience. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We did get a couple other match announcements over the next couple weeks. The big one next week, AEW appears to be that it's going to be sponsored by the new Game of Thrones spinoff, House of Dragons. In honor of that, we get the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, against the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia, in a 2 out of 3 falls matches.
Well, that's going to slay. That's going to be so good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have Daniel Garcia, who's probably one of the best young technical wrestlers that we have out there today. And you have Bryan Danielson, who's also one of the best wrestlers out there of all time. So we're not going to – there's no losing for any of the fans because they're going to get a hell of a match.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you guys should I heard good things about House of Dragon. So the reviews are getting like really positive, so I can't wait.
I never actually finished Game of Thrones, so I might have to finish that first.
I watched the first season, and I did not get into it.
No. Like, I didn't get into the first season. I had to rewatch it again. But as you continue on with the season, it gets better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, especially when you get to the Red Wedding, like, I understood why people freaked out to the Red Wedding. I was like, oh, so.
Yeah, I think I got through season 3, and I think I intended to go back and finish, but never just haven't been yet. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and then after that, we have the women's match. Jade Cargill successfully defending, going 36-0 against Madison Rayne. Probably one of Jade's top 3 best matches so far, I would say.
Yeah, of course. Madison Rayne, she's a legend, and in wrestling. She spent most of her career in TNA. So good for her. Yeah, like I felt like I think Madison will probably do good helping out the girls because of course she has probably the most experience out of everybody in that locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Like her and Mercedes Martinez. I like the most experience. So
probably Serena Deeb too.
Yeah, like maybe
she's been around since the early 2000s, hasn't she?
Yeah, like late, like mid 2000s. Yeah, there you
go. I thought the match was actually really good. Like it was a little bit slow at first, but they were trying to play into the crowd so they can invest. For some reason, I feel like the crowd is not invested. I don't know if it's just because they aren't familiar with Madison. It just seemed like they weren't really, I don't want to say into it, but they just weren't as lively as they should because the match was actually really good. Like psychological, they played into the crowd. They paused for the crowd to pop and stuff, but they just didn't. So I don't know if they're just not used to that style or what it is. Because I mean, if you think about it, most of the matches in AEW are very fast. There's an exception for everything, but majority of them are very fast-paced, very acrobatic, or very technical, kind of showy, right? And that's not a bad thing. Like, I don't want to. I already regret saying that, but like, it is, and that show is. They went more fundamentals, right? So I just feel like it was a shift for the fans, and I just don't think that they knew how to react. Maybe, I don't know, or maybe they're just not into it, or maybe the audio just wasn't picking it up. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I think there's more of also an expectation that we're not going to see Jade lose here tonight, even though for a split second, when Madison was setting up her finisher, you thought maybe this is it. Of course, Jade counters and hits her with the Jaded. It gets 1, 2, 3. I thought it was a really good match.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if maybe people are not feeling her, are not feeling Jade anymore. Sometimes that happens when somebody's like very much undefeated. So, I mean, that could be it, you know.
Now, the two big surprises from this match that we find out during the match on commentary, we find out Chris Statlander is injured. We don't know if this is legit injury or kayfabe injury. We will be on the lookout, and we will report when we know more information. They named Toni Storm the #1 contender. And then right after the match, we see Athena pop up from the crowd and attack Jade.
Do you know it's very, but do you notice how interesting that is, that when they announced that Chris Statlander is injured, so like allegedly, we don't know if she really is injured, that now both women's title matches already are getting set up, and it's not with, because then they were saying that Chris Statlander was supposed to face Thunder Rosa then. So I don't know. Look, I feel bad for. I'm hoping that it's not a serious injury for Chris. I'm hoping she gets cleared. Hopefully she gets back, and I think she needs to turn heel and like attack some bitches, because like I feel like she's always gets to the sidelines whenever a new girl comes in. So, I'm sorry.
What if we find out that Toni Storm, storyline wise, Toni attacked Chris Statlander to move into the #1 position, and Toni that turns heel?
Ooh. I mean, they were saying that they wanted to. There were plans to either turn Thunder Rosa or Toni heel, so that would make sense.
I mean, like Toni even said out of her own words, her #1 goal was always that women's world title.
Was it? Was it though? Like,
I mean, that's what she
was. Like, was it always your #1 goal? Like, was it even around when you started? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a kayfabe injury or a legit injury. I hate to say, like, I hope it's a legit injury. I hope it's not. But, like, I mean, I also hate when they use that for storylines. I'm going to say that it is legit because, I mean, it seems like they're kind of throwing different feuds up all of a sudden, kind of, maybe. I don't know. It was a good match, or the match, and then I think it's going to be, I think that we're going to see Athena take the belt from Jade. Also, I think Kiera Hogan looks so cute tonight. She was amazing.
She has some bangs, very cute. And I'm missing Red Velvet. Like, she really completed that group. Like, with the baddies and stuff. Hopefully she gets better and comes back. So.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for Dynamite, doesn't it? Nothing else really happened.
Yeah, I agree. All right, thanks, guys.
Wait. We got to talk about the match, the main event match. You're forgetting about the main event match.
Oh, yes.
Did you not like it, Sarah?
I'm sorry?
I liked the match. It was what happened after the match I wasn't really a big fan of, but we'll get to that.
Oh, because you're wrong.
Huh?
Because I got to say I told you so? Is that why you're sour?
Of course.
Well, that's all the time we have for 7 today. So main event match, we have Jon Moxley defending the AEW World title against the Lionheart version of Chris Jericho.
I have to say, this match was very physical and very technical, which I wasn't expecting for it to be. But of course, John Moxley can't go out without getting some blood or get busted open himself. So, like GCW, Defy, wherever other promotion, he has to bleed somehow. So,
and I hope somehow they faked that earring getting pulled out, because my God, if that was real, that's gonna hurt.
No, that's gonna have to be fake. Come on now. I mean, like, they would have probably shown his ear if it was like really, really like.
I mean, they did at the end. It was still bleeding at the end, even after his match.
No, but Jericho,
I feel like Mox would have been like, yeah, if I can do it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he is kind of a maniac himself. So, but Jericho, he was busted like worse than Moxley. Like, I don't know if he really cut himself really deep or something. Like, that turnbuckle spot, like, he was like a bloody mess.
I mean, it didn't seem that bad, but the aftermath was certainly there.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm happy that John retained. I mean, of course, they had to make him retain, so,
I mean, they didn't have to, but.
No, Jericho, he's fine. Find a feud for somebody else. I mean, I don't know who else is there for him to feud with. I mean, maybe Claudio for the title. I mean, that would be fun. Like Claudio versus him for the Ring of Honor world title. Like if he wants to get like another world title, there's one right there.
For who?
I could see him and Sammy teaming up maybe against FTR for one of their titles.
No, I was saying like Chris Jericho versus Claudio for the Ring of Honor world title.
Oh.
Like him saying like he still wants like to be a world champion. Like there's the Ring of Honor champion right there. So it's been like what 7-8 years that he faced Claudio. So I think maybe a little revamp of their little feud. So that'll be fun. No, I think FTR, they're gonna probably be facing well, I think we missed that segment with Wardlow and FTR with Jay Lethal and his crew. So I mean, I think they're gonna probably be feuding. So because I don't see who else is gonna be facing FTR for the belts. I don't know. Like everybody was thinking it was gonna be the Bucks to like winner takes all kind of thing, but they didn't go that route. So
I think they'll save that for Full Gear, assuming Bucks don't win the trios titles.
Yeah, maybe.
Then, of course, at the end, we have to make the save, the return of CM Punk.
Look in my eyes, what do you see?
I mean, that music hit, the crowd just went nuts.
Of course.
And you know what I did? I was like, I fucking knew it.
I backed you. I was like, I backed you. But
if you guys are wondering why there's animosity currently right now, it's because in our group chat, I ended up saying like that CM Punk was gonna come back, and that one's like, no, he's still injured, no. And then
the other one was saying yeah. And I was agreeing with you. I was like, he could still come back. You never know. Or he doesn't have to be physical, but he got physical. Like he was able to jump up and down with his feet, so that's good. So
yeah, so that one's a little upset now.
I mean, at the convention he was at doing autograph signings, I mean, he was seen wearing walking boots, and he has the reports he's not going to be cleared for All Out. Okay. All right, well, that'll do it here for the show tonight.
We need some justice here. Stop putting us on mute or timeout, damn it.
Look, I haven't done that in a long time. That used to be my gimmick.
Yes, there was. Yeah.
Some people change gimmicks. Some people evolve.
Exactly.
Others don't.
Yeah. But
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
So,
but you know what? I'm happy that Punk is back. So now that we can get some of our like matches that we've been looking forward to, hopefully Kenny Omega gets healed up and he comes back, because I think everybody's waiting for that. Omega versus Punk match.
Yes.
Also, like, I don't care who wins or who has the title. I just am so tired of hearing interim heavyweight champion.
Yes.
I'm like, so you're not really the champion. You're just kind of like standing in. That's like, okay, for me, that's like being having my boss be the supervisor. She's on vacation and I have to fill her spot. I'm like, I can't wait for that bitch to come back. I'm doing all the extra work, not getting any of the pay. Like, let's get this. So that's when I think of interim. So for me, I'm like, can just give it to him or don't tell. Yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think a lot of people will feel the same way as you. I think they're getting tired of it. I mean, even JR is like, it's not working for me. I mean, he even said, like, he doesn't like the interim stuff. So, Now, are they going to call them undisputed AEW champion?
No.
Hey, Orlando. Good night. Thank you for joining us.
Sorry,
I don't have the controls, but goodbye.
I had my like dose of like Jericho's like sports entertainment. So, yeah.
Speaking of sports entertainment, we got 2 bits of WWE news before we call it a night. Another former NXT star has been brought back to Raw. Dexter Lumis has made his return.
Yeah. Now they did it secretly, which I kind of like, because like and also it looks like he's not going to be like a funny kind of like scary dude. It looks like they're gonna actually make him like a serial killer in a sense, or a stalker, because he works best like that. When he was in TNA, like he was stalking Christy Hemme at that time. So
I absolutely love and adore Dexter Lumis. I don't care what kind of character he's in, as long as he's on my screen, as long as he's happy, that kind of thing. Like, I'm here for it. I did see an interesting aspect that the Way is actually going to make their way back and help Theory cash in and win, or attempt to win, possibly.
Ooh, I mean, I that would be good. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. I mean.
And okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. I'm sorry, I'm hijacking your statement here, Sarah. But let's talk about this and who. So say we get Johnny Gargano back. Dexter Lumis is back. They may or may not pull up Indy. I mean, at some point they're probably going to. And say they bring back Candice LeRae. How stacked is that women's division right now in Raw? Like, I don't think we fully concepted or even talked about how big and how important that women's division just became when you added Io Sky and Dakota Kai. You just changed the face of what that women's division is. You have Asuka back. You have Becky, who's on injury, but like, look at how well she's performed. Like, I am so impressed of how, like, think about a couple months ago where that women's division is and compared to where they're at today. It's like night and day.
Not only that, but look how much more actual wrestling time and less promo time is coming on Raw and SmackDown.
No, this is basically like almost like Triple H telling to his father-in-law, "Fuck you." Like, literally, this is a fuck you to him. Like, I brought back Karrion Kross because I know what I can do with him. I gave him a great presentation, which you fucked that up. I'm sorry to use that language, but I mean, it it was just like him and Scarlett worked very well together. So I'm happy just to see once we see that entrance live in front of a crowd, So I'm excited for Karrion Kross to get another chance, and also Dexter Lumis, to get a chance as well, I mean, and also Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Like, I mean, I don't get Vince McMahon's like mindset. Like, it's just sometimes it's just like he's very old school of what he thinks. And I think some of these people could have fit if you would have done it right. And Triple H is kind of almost proving his point to Vince. So,
speaking of Control, as their group is called, how funny was it when Bayley messed up Dakota's name, called Dakota Sky? Crowd started pointing it out.
Yes. She got
Shut
so
up.
mad.
I know what I said, you dummies.
She got so mad.
Okay, so let's
Great improv, though. I'll give her points for that.
But let's just talk about how brilliant Bailey was to not only catch that, come up with something to actually get her more heat. Like, that is experience and knowledge and knowing your crowd. Like, kudos to her, honestly. Like, bravo.
Yeah, exactly. Like she was able to like, and I think like, you know, if it was a written promo, I think she would have probably like said what it was in the promo. She would have like not ad lib, so we would have not gotten that. So, you know, another kudos right there too. So, and of course the fans were all over her when she was still there. So,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
You know, speaking of Johnny Gargano a couple of minutes ago, I went back and double checked. Dynamite's in Cleveland in 2 weeks. The week before All Out.
Y'all gotta stop fucking doing that. Stop.
Well, I mean,
Stop looking at the places where they're gonna go.
look.
This is why
See,
we can't have nice things. This is why.
here's-
Okay, Orlando, hold on. Orlando, you just wait. Let me point out the right one. Orlando, you just said that you liked that Dexter Loomis and Karrion Kross. You liked it because it was a surprise, right?
Yes, I liked it because it was a surprise. Yeah.
Right. What are we trying to do, Sarah? Sarah, you're trying to be a PR, an investigator, and try to put all the pieces together and ruin it for people.
But okay, yeah. Look. Johnny Gargano is probably not going to say where he's going to go. Look, he has friends in AEW. He also has friends in WWE. You know, he loves Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Those are his idols. And of course, you know, he probably has like somebody that he loves William Regal as well. He's in AEW, so you know he has options. So at least that's a good point right there. Just there.
If I can break those points. No, my turn.
Okay,
My turn. Remember how good it felt for you to tell me I told you so about CM Punk?
Yeah.
If Gargano shows up in Cleveland, I can go, I told you so.
But I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not offering you an excuse of, oh, he's not going to go because he's still seen with a boo.
You can't let me have this one?
No, that's not how this works. But okay, but I want everybody.
And that's all the time we got for 7 today.
But before we go, hey there, Tim. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for coming on.
Yes.
As I was going to say, for everybody watching or listening, this is hilarious because these are what our group chats are like. Just us bickering and laughing our asses off at each other. So you guys are witnessing a real what we do every single day.
But you know what? It's a good time right now because right now, like, wrestling is good right now, which I'm happy about. Wrestling and all, like, I want Impact to get good as well. I want GCW to get a lot more people so that they can get better, you know, and get good, you know, Defy, you know, Progress, you know, NWA, you know, everywhere so that way everybody can enjoy whatever they want. So that's how I feel. So.
And of course, the last little bit of, WWE news. The women's tag team titles are back in the tournament. Probably to the surprise of a few, no Sasha and Naomi in this tournament. We do have one NXT team, kind of surprising. Nikita Lyons and I forgot who her tag team partner was. Do you remember, Orlando?
Zoe Starks.
Zoe Stark, which I think she's great. I can't wait to see more of her. I'm glad she's back from her injury.
Now, for me, like, I think this is also another proving point from Triple H to Vince to show, like, look, you have girls. You could have easily just put in some tag teams together. Like, I think he's probably showing it to him, like, going back home, be like, look, Vince, look what I did. See, look, random girls in tag teams. See, look, see, so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Let me try to get this into words. So in Orlando, so what I got from what Orlando just said is that Triple H lives with Vince McMahon. And she's like, I'm gonna go home, and here it is. Like, okay, I don't know why I found that so hilarious, but
No, I mean, I like to me, it's just like a lot of the things that Triple H is doing is like a lot of what Vinceisms that they like to call, like
yeah.
he's overturning them and stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, like the teams are very random. Like, you have Raquel Rodriguez with Aaliyah. I mean, I think it should have been Aaliyah and Dia Lee because they were a tag team before. Shotzi should have had her actual tag team partner, which is Tegan Knox. So I don't know if she's gonna come back. That's depending on if she wants to come back. You know, um, of course, Zoe Starks and Nikita Lyons. It's like that's a very random team from NXT. They could have brought in Toxic Attraction, but I don't think they want them to come up yet. So,
What would have been interesting is if they had brought in the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions to be in the tournament to see if they could win double gold.
Yeah, or maybe but at least right now what he's trying to do is first bringing the belts back, and then he's probably going to build a division. Because right now, like how he rebuilt the Raw's division. Now he has to rebuild the SmackDown's division, and then he's trying to rebuild everything. So I'm thinking coming like maybe after August, but I'm sorry, no, after October when it's draft, the WWE draft. I think that's where he's gonna set up everybody where they need to be. Mm-hmm. All right. Tim says he sees Tegan going to AEW. I mean, I wouldn't mind her going to AEW,
I kind of feel like she may be done with wrestling. I haven't seen her anywhere.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
She was coming off an injury. She did announce what her indie name was going to be, is Newell Knox, which is what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's taking bookings or not yet, though.
I mean, she made a list of who she wants to wrestle, so I'm thinking she's just waiting to get cleared. So.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that.
Yeah, I mean, she said that she wants to go to Impact. She wants to go to the Indies. She wants to maybe go back to Japan. Maybe go to UK
so
again.
It's Nixon Newell was her name. She says she's still wrestling. Booking information will be coming soon. So I'm thinking she's probably still rehabbing her injury.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
real quick, I do want to say that WWE is proud new owners of 14 new people. They just came out with a video of showing them that Triple H presenting them their contracts. It's actually a great moment. I think all of you guys should go and watch it. It's at, I think, WWE Recruitment on Twitter. Check it out. It's really cool. You get to see who they are right now. You'll get to see if they end up going to NXT. It was interesting because this is the first time that we got to see them as people before they were superstars, at least in the exception of Tough Enough. Check it out.
Exciting time.
So I'm looking at Nixon Newell's list of who she wants to wrestle. She's got it as a pinned tweet. Will Ospreay's on that list.
Oh, of course. I'm not surprised.
And so is Cash Wheeler.
Yeah.
I mean, two very formidable opponents.
Yes.
I mean, everybody else on that list, as far as women, is AEW, Impact, or Indie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I think she would fit well at Impact, honestly, So, I mean, and they're starting to, they need to add a little bit more women. I mean, they just brought in, Masha. She's great for the past couple of months. And then now they have Killer Kelly. Like maybe another girl they can add in to the division. Oh, yeah. Giselle Shaw. I forgot that she was added for a few months down. She's good, too. So,
Who did you just mention? Not Killer Kelly, the other one.
Masha and Giselle Shaw.
Marsha, I can never say her name. I
Masha.
apologize. She is absolutely amazing. Check her out on GCW. She was in my area of Portland. She was with Prestige. She's legit. Her match against Joey Janela was pretty awesome as well. GCW. Forgot where I went.
Cool.
All right, so I don't have the graphic handy as we wrap up here. Just want to let everybody know all of our merchandise at shop.bubklebomb.com is on sale, 15% off with code 15 off, I believe is the code.
Yeah, Masha Slamovich. Thank you very much, Tim. Yes, that's her name. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's going to probably be the next Impact Women's Champion, Knockouts Champion. Excuse me.
Wait, who's the champion right now? Oh, Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace, yeah. Because right now, like, Masha's becoming a killer, and I'm thinking like she's going up the ranks of all the women, and then she's going to go to the women's champ. So
that would actually be a really good match. I think they've met each other once before, but like that has some great outcomes or possible outcomes.
Okay. And then Tim says until endurance. Okay.
That is what, Friday night?
Yeah, this coming Friday. Oh, yeah, that's right. It is this Friday. I need Impact to really fix their pay-per-view time frames because, like, Fridays is, like, already packed with SmackDown and Rampage. Now they're kind of doing what Ring of Honor did where they had their pay-per-views on Friday as well. So, you know, I think it's probably the venues. That's why they have to do them on Friday.
Yeah, I think the venue had something going on Saturday, so they had no choice but to do it Friday or completely move the date to another weekend.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm still hoping for Impact to, you know, get a better TV deal, get more talent. You know, they deserve it, you know. So, you know.
All right, that will do it for our show tonight. Orlando 7, you guys got anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah. See everybody next week.
Bye-bye.